Let us continue biomolecules. In this, we'll see glucose reduces tolerance reagent because it contains aldehyde group. Fructose reduces tolerance reagent though it contains keto group. Why is it so? That we'll see. Now, first, what is a tolerance reagent? That we'll see. Tolerance reagent. What is a tolerance reagent? That we'll see. So, to prepare tolerance reagent, what are the things we have to take? Sorry. Tolerance reagent, to prepare tolerance reagent, what we are taking in silver nitrate solution we are taking. To this silver nitrate solution, we are adding ammonium hydroxide solution. So what happens means silver hydroxide is precipitating. Then the silver hydroxide dissolves in excess of ammonia. Silver hydroxide dissolves in excess of ammonia. Silver hydroxide dissolves in excess of ammonia. This is called this is called what means tolerance reagent. Okay, this is called what means a tolerance reagent, we can say. Now, this tolerance reagent is in which medium? In the sense basic medium it is present. Okay. Now we will take aldehyde group. Aldehyde group with this tolerance reagent. Aldehyde group with this tolerance reagent, what happens means this aldehyde group is converting into carboxylate. This Ag plus is converting into Ag. This Ag plus is converting into Ag. The aldehyde means like this. Ketone with the tolerance reagent, no reaction. Ketone is not responding for tolerance reagent, whereas aldehyde is responding for a tolerance reagent. So, now glucose contains aldehyde group, therefore it is reducing tolerance reagent. Fructose is not containing aldehyde group, it is containing functional group ketone, even then it reduces tolerance reagent. Why is it so? That we will see. Now we'll take glucose. We'll take glucose formula, we'll see. Glucose formula we'll see. That is it is CHO. It is second carbon is having HOH. Third carbon is having this side OH, this side H. Fourth carbon is having HOH. Fifth carbon is having HOH. Sixth carbon is having CH2OH. It is called what in the sense glucose. It is the formula of D-glucose. Sir. In the presence of basic medium, what happens? In the presence of basic medium, okay. In the presence of a basic medium, it is converting into, this is converting into what we will see. So basic medium in the sense, what will happen? So OH minus can attack, this, here OH minus is there, how this OH minus will function? How this OH minus will function, that we'll see. Now, this is converting into what in the sense? This glucose in the presence of basic medium converting into like this. Converting into like this. Here, third carbon will write OHH. Fourth carbon will write HOH. Fifth carbon will write HOH. Sixth carbon will write CH2H. So this glucose is converting into so and so in which medium in the sense in basic medium. So how it is possible? Now this bond is moving here. This bond is moving here. H plus is moving here. H plus is moving here. So that we got so and so. That means this is what in the sense ketoenol tautomerism. We can say this is what in the sense ketoenol tautomerism is there. No, tautomerism. Set. What is tautomerism? That we'll see. What is tautomerism? What is tautomerism? We'll see. Tautomerism in the sense this is possible for aldehyde or ketone. Anything you can take. Set. Now we'll take aldehyde. We will take, for example, acetaldehyde we are taking. Here in this, what is happening in the sense, this is alpha carbon because it is directly attached to the functional group called the aldehyde. This is alpha hydrogen. This bond is shifting here. This bond is shifting here. This hydrogen coming here. Okay, therefore we will get a CH2 double bond COH. This is called tautomerism. Tautomerism in the sense position of hydrogen is different. Here a double bond is there, therefore in that E we will drop. This OH group is called alcohol, that is OH. So enol. So that this is called what means keto-enol tautomerism, we will say generally, but here aldehyde group only. Even for ketone also it is possible. So now we will take ketone. Ketone will take, suppose we are taking acetone. For this acetone also keto-enol tautomerism is possible. Here it is alpha carbon because this carbon is directly attached to keto group. This bond is coming here, this bond goes here, hydrogen comes here. Therefore we will get here CH2, left side CH2 is there, here double bond, here COH, here CH3. So this is also what means enol. This is what means keto group. So it is called keto-enol tautomerism. So it is possible even for aldehyde, that's what we have given. So tautomerism we want in the sense alpha hydrogen should be there. Okay, now we will take this. It is aldehyde group. It is aldehyde group. It is alpha carbon. Therefore, it is going for tautomerism. So that we got a enol group. We got what group in the sense enol. So we got a enolic group. We got it. Sir, what is the next step that we will see? Next step, what we will see in this case. Now this bond is shifting. This bond is shifting to this place. This hydrogen is going to this place. That hydrogen goes to that place. Therefore, what happens? We will see in the presence of base. What is the role of this OH minus? Means this OH minus is obstructing this proton. Therefore, this OH minus facilitating this bond to shift here. Then it is becoming water and giving H plus to the C minus. Okay. So now this will become a CH2H, CH2H, single bond, C double bond O, then C OHH, here HOH, HOH, here HOH, here CH2H. This is called what means fructose. It is called fructose. This is called what means fructose. Okay, therefore now we got fructose, we got here. Now this fructose also, this also will go for tautomerism. This is going for what in the sense of tautomerism. How the tautomerism is possible in the fructose case, that we will see. Okay, here continuation will see, here tautomerism will see. In this case, how the tautomerism is possible, that point we will see. So in the fructose, how the tautomerism is possible? It is fructose, here keto group is there and remaining carbons are there. So how the tautomerism is possible here, that point we will see. So here what happens means, this bond is shifting here, that bond is shifting to that place. Therefore, this bond is shifting in the sense, now we'll take that bond, we need not take, we'll take alpha carbon, will take. This is keto group, it is alpha carbon, therefore alpha hydrogen will take, that is best, it is alpha hydrogen. So we'll shift the bond like this, we'll shift the bond like this, this H plus comes to this place. Therefore, we are getting what in the sense, CHOH double bond CO minus. CO minus you will get, this O minus takes H plus, therefore it will become OH. It will become OH. Okay, like this we have given. This is what means it is enol form. This is what form in the sense enol form we can say. It is enol form. Then this enol form we got it. Next step we will see. This is enol form we have written. We will go for next step. Next step is this bond is shifting. This bond is shifting here. Therefore H plus is coming here. So that it is becoming what in the sense here first carbon is CHO, second carbon becomes what in the sense OHH, second carbon becomes OHH, third carbon already we discussed, that is OHH, fourth carbon is HOH, fifth carbon is HOH, sixth carbon is CH2OH. This is what in the sense D manose. This is what in the sense D manose. Now we will see here it is D glucose. This D glucose is converting into D fructose. This D fructose is converting into D manose. Therefore, in the alkali, OH minus, in alkali, D glucose is in equilibrium with D fructose. D fructose is in equilibrium with D manose in the presence of alkali. So in the presence of alkali, what is happening? D glucose is converting into D fructose is converting into D manose is converting into D fructose is converting into D glucose. Like this equilibrium is there. Now you say why tolerance reagent? Now say glucose reduces tolerance reagent because it is having aldehyde group as a functional group. Fructose is having functional group ketone. Even then fructose is reducing tolerance reagent. Why is it so? Tolerance reagent is a basic solution. In basic medium, what will happen? That we'll see. Now we are taking fructose. We'll take to this we are adding tolerance reagent. Tolerance reagent means basic medium. So fructose is converting into what? Fructose is becoming a glucose is becoming mannose. Like this equilibrium is possible. This fructose we are taking, we are adding tolerance reagent. It is in basic medium. Basic medium means fructose is going for such a type of equilibrium. Here glucose is there and mannose is there. Both are having aldehyde group. Because of aldehyde group, they are reducing tolerance reagent. Actually, fructose is not reducing. Fructose is having ketone only. But because of basic medium, this fructose is converted into what? Fructose is going for which equilibrium? Fructose is going for equilibrium with glucose and mannose. This glucose and mannose is having aldehyde group which reduces tolerance reagent. Therefore, indirectly we are saying fructose reduces tolerance reagent, though it is having ketone. Okay, actually fructose is not reducing tolerance reagent, but fructose is doing what? Fructose is going for equilibrium with glucose and mannose because of basic medium. And in the equilibrium, glucose and mannose is there, which reduces tolerance reagent. So superficially we are saying fructose reduces tolerance reagent, though it is having ketone. Like that we are saying. Okay. Next. So from the these chemical properties we have discussed. From the chemical properties, we are coming to know that monosaccharides are having open chain structure as well as a cyclic structure. It is a conclusion. Okay, so monosaccharides is having open chain structure as well as cyclic structure. So now we will see cyclic structure of glucose. Cyclic structure of glucose we will see. What is the cyclic structure of glucose? That point we will see. So we are going for a cyclic structure of glucose. First we will take glucose. In glucose, the first carbon is a functional group aldehyde carbon. Then we'll take second carbon. Second carbon is having HOH. Third carbon is having OHH. Third carbon is having OHH. Fourth carbon is having HOH. Fifth carbon is having HOH. Sixth carbon is having CH2OH. Like this is that. This is going for what in the sense? It is called open chain structure. It is called open chain structure of glucose. Now we will go for a cyclic structure of glucose. Now we are going for cyclic structure of glucose. Now, so how to give cyclic structure of glucose, that we will see. It is a fifth carbon. This fifth carbon oxygen is having 2 lone pairs. this oxygen lone pair is attacking this aldehyde carbon. Aldehyde carbon. Okay. This fifth carbon is having OH group. In this, this oxygen is having lone pair. This oxygen is attacking aldehyde carbon. Attacking aldehyde carbon. This aldehyde carbon is having 3 sigma bonds. Therefore, sp2 hybridization. Therefore, it is trigonal planar. It is trigonal planar. Therefore, this oxygen can attack this carbon on either side from either up or from down. Okay, so this oxygen is attacking this carbon from up or from down. Therefore, two possibilities we can get. Two possibilities we can get. One possibility is what in the sense? One possibility is this will become O minus. This O minus will take H plus from water. Therefore, it will become OH. Now, it is first carbon. Second carbon will write like this. Then third carbon will write like this. Third carbon. Then fourth carbon we are writing. Fourth carbon, then we are writing fifth carbon. In the fifth carbon, like this will be there. Then we will write sixth carbon. Sixth carbon we have written. Okay, so now we will see this one again. Now we will see this first carbon will take. First carbon is hydrogen carbon, double bond becomes single bond. This O will get negative charge because of pi bond migration. Therefore, it becomes O minus. It becomes O minus. Sir, next second carbon will see. Second carbon is HOH. Third carbon will see. Third carbon is OHH. Then fourth carbon will see. Fourth carbon is having HOH. Then fifth carbon will see HOH. HOH, it is making a bond like this. Here it is having positive charge. Then sixth carbon is having CH2H. Next, what is happening means because of this positive charge, this bond is shifting. This is becoming H plus. H plus goes to this place. Okay, this is becoming oxygen. This becoming oxygen. Okay, so between this carbon, between this carbon and this carbon, oxygen is present. This carbon is bonding with this oxygen. This oxygen is bonding with this carbon. Okay. So now we will give here OH will give here it is linking with this carbon through oxygen. It is called ether linkage. We can call this is as what in the sense ether linkage. Okay. So now in this one what is there means one ether group is there, one OH group is there. This carbon is having one ether group and one OH group. Therefore, this is called a hemiacetal form. We can call this is as a hemiacetal. We can call this is as a hemiacetal form. Hemiacetal form we can call. Okay, because this carbon is having one ether group and one OH group. One ether group and one OH group means we have to call that is as a hemiacetal form. Both are ether groups means if carbon is having two ether groups, then that is called a acetal form. So if carbon is having one ether group and one alcohol group, then that is called a hemiacetal. Then that is called hemiacetal we can say. Sir, next possibility we'll see. Now, in this case, OH group is flanking on right side. Now we will keep OH group in left side. We will keep. Okay, this first carbon. Next, we will keep second carbon. Second carbon we have written. Then it is third carbon, fourth carbon, then fifth carbon. Fifth carbon means here we have to give ether linkage. We have to give. Then sixth carbon we have to give. Sixth carbon we have given. Now, in these two cases, you see, in this first carbon, OH group is flanking on left side. In this first carbon, OH group is flanking on right side. Why? Because this oxygen can attack this aldehyde carbon either from up or from down. Due to that, like this we got. Okay. Now, this is a cyclic structure. In this cyclic structure, this first carbon is having one ether group and one alcohol group. In this cyclic structure also, this first carbon is having one ether group and one alcohol group. Sir, like this is there. So it is in hemiacetal form, it is in hemiacetal form. Both are in hemiacetal form. So when the glucose is in cyclic structure, they are in hemiacetal form. When the glucose in open chain form, like this will be there. Now see, in the open chain structure, glucose is having free aldehyde group. In the cyclic structure, the aldehyde group is in hemiacetal form. Okay, so in the open chain structure, free aldehyde group is there. In the cyclic structure, aldehyde group is not free. Instead, that is in hemiacetal form. Aldehyde is not free. Instead, that is in hemiacetal form, we can say. Now we will give the explanation to the explanation to which one, in the sense some chemical properties of glucose we will give. Now first we will take a glucose. Glucose reduces tolerance reagent. Glucose reduces tolerance reagent. Okay, one point, glucose reduces tolerance reagent because glucose is having aldehyde group, we said. Set. Next, glucose is not going for addition reaction with the bisulfite. Glucose is not adding. Glucose is not adding with the bisulfite. Glucose is not adding with the bisulfite. So glucose is reduced. Glucose reduces tolerance reagent because glucose is so and so, because it is having free aldehyde group, open chain structure. Glucose is not going for addition reaction with sodium bisulfite because glucose is having cyclic structure. Because glucose is having cyclic structure, in cyclic structure free aldehyde group is not there. Instead of that, this first carbon is not free aldehyde group, it is in hemiacetal form. Sorry, when you say for tolerance reagent, we have to take cyclic structure, we have to take open chain structure. When you are saying for sodium bisulfite, we have to take cyclic structure. How this explanation is not, it is not a suitable explanation, sir. That means in one case glucose is giving free aldehyde group, in another case glucose is not giving free aldehyde group. That means between the cyclic structure and open chain structure something is there. Between the cyclic structure and open chain structure something is there. That's why in one case it is giving free aldehyde group, in another case it is not giving free aldehyde group. That is the reason, isn't it? So in which case it is giving free aldehyde group. In one case it is giving free aldehyde group. With what? With what it gives free aldehyde group? With the tolerance reagent it is giving free aldehyde group. With the sodium bisulfite it is not giving free aldehyde group. Why is it so? What is the reason? That means, what is the reason? If you see now, with the glucose, it is with the tolerance reagent it gives free aldehyde group. With the sodium bisulfite it is not giving free aldehyde group. What is the reason? That we will give. That we will say. Then we will come. Then we will continue this one. Sorry. Now we will take this form. We will take HCOH. This is what, in the sense second carbon. It is third carbon. It is fourth carbon. It is fifth carbon. Here ether linkage. This is sixth carbon. Sorry. It is what, in the sense cyclic structure. In cyclic structure, free aldehyde group is not there. In the cyclic structure, free aldehyde group is not there. Okay. The aldehyde group is in hemiacetal form here. Sir. Now, let us add this one into water. It is added into water. What will happen? That we will see. This one adding into water. What happens? What happens? That point we are seeing. This bond is migrating to this place. This bond is migrating to this place. This H plus is migrating to this place. So this becomes a aldehyde group. This becomes aldehyde group. This is second carbon. This is third carbon. It is fourth carbon. it is fifth carbon, it is sixth carbon. Now see, this bond is migrating, means H plus is detaching. This bond is migrating to oxygen. This bond is migrating to oxygen. This place is not carbon. This bend is not carbon. Okay, for understanding we have written like this. That's all. Here carbon is directly bonded with this oxygen. So this bond is shifting to oxygen. Therefore, it is becoming aldehyde group. This oxygen gets this bond, so becomes O minus. This O minus takes this H plus and becomes what means OH. Okay, so we got like this. Therefore, that cyclic structure become a open chain structure. Cyclic structure, this cyclic structure become open chain structure. Then what happens, you see? Next, what happens means this lone pair is attacking this carbon. This bond is shifting to this, so that this bond is shifting here. This hydrogen goes to this place. So it is becoming what means like this. It is a second carbon, it is a third carbon, then fourth carbon, then fifth carbon. Here ether linkage will give, it is a sixth carbon. Okay, like this possible. Sir, we have given like this. Now, if you dissolve aqueous solution of glucose, will take aqueous solution of glucose. Aqueous solution of glucose. In the aqueous solution of glucose, like this, equilibrium is possible. This is what means open chain structure. It is what means cyclic structure. So in the aqueous solution of glucose, what is possible means such a type of equilibrium is possible. In the aqueous solution of glucose, such a type of equilibrium is possible. So in the aqueous solution of glucose, like this open chain form is there, like this closed form also there, like this cyclic form also there. So what is the percentage of these? We will see. Percentage of these, if you see, how much is there? Percentage of this cyclic form is 36%. Percentage of this open chain form 0.02%. Percentage of this cyclic form 64%. Okay, so in the aqueous solution of glucose, if we take, in the aqueous solution of glucose, equilibrium is possible. In the aqueous solution of glucose, equilibrium is possible. In the equilibrium, what is there? This cyclic form is there, this open chain form is there, this cyclic form is there. Their percentages are so and so. So now you say, why this aqueous solution of glucose is behaving like this? Glucose reduces tolerance reagent. That means it is having free aldehyde group, nothing but open chain form. That open chain form concentration is enough for doing this process. Glucose is not adding with the sodium bisulfite because concentration of open chain form is not sufficient for this reaction. That's all. Okay, so we can say that here aqueous solution of glucose is having so and so equilibrium. If we change the medium, suppose acidic medium, basic medium is there, means if we change the medium, the position of equilibrium also changes. That is also of course correct. Okay, if you suppose you are adding acid into this, you are making this as acidic medium, then position of equilibrium will be changing. If you make this as a basic medium, then position of equilibrium will be changing, no doubt. So aqueous solution of glucose reduces tolerance reagent because it is having free aldehyde group. That means responsible is what? Open chain form. This open chain form concentration is sufficient for reducing tolerance reagent. Okay. Next, aqueous solution of glucose is not going for addition reaction with the sodium bisulfite because concentration of this open chain form is insufficient. That's all. Sir. Okay, so now we have explained this one, why glucose reduces tolerance reagent, because concentration of open chain form is sufficient. Okay, why glucose is not reducing sodium bisulfite, why glucose is not adding with the sodium bisulfite, because concentration of open chain form is insufficient. Sir, okay. Now we will take these two. This is a open chain form of glucose. It is a cyclic form of glucose. Cyclic form of glucose we have given two structures we have given. So here this aldehyde carbon is in hemiacetal form. Here also aldehyde carbon is in hemiacetal form. In this aldehyde carbon, OH group is flanking on right side. Therefore, it is called what in the sense alpha form. We can call this is as what means alpha form. Okay, this is alpha form. Then at this is CH2H. This next carbon is chiral carbon. In the chiral carbon, right side this O is there, left side H is there. Therefore, it is a D configuration. Therefore, alpha D glucose. Alpha D glucose we can say. In this first carbon, OH group is there on a left hand side. Therefore, it is a beta D glucose. It is beta D glucose. These two are called what in the sense anomers. These two are called anomers. Therefore, this first carbon is called anomeric carbon. This first carbon is called what in the sense? This first carbon is called anomeric carbon. We can say this first carbon is called anomeric carbon. Sorry, okay. So when the glucose undergoes cyclization, that means aldehyde carbon and fifth carbon OH group undergoes cyclization. We are getting two hemiacetal forms. One is alpha D glucose, another one is beta D glucose. These two are called anomers. That first carbon is called anomeric carbon in these two cases. Sir, anomers in the sense that open chain form becoming cyclic form. That is only anomers. Okay, so alpha D glucose and beta D glucose are called anomers, we can say. Next, now in this cyclic structure, how many what are a skeleton of this one cyclic? That is this first carbon, this second carbon, this third carbon, this fourth carbon, this fifth carbon, this oxygen. That means 6 atoms forming this cyclic ring. Sorry, okay. Now we will take 6 atoms means we will go for like this structure. Okay, so 6 atoms forming a cyclic structure. Therefore, we will take that cyclic structure like this. Okay, cyclic structure we have given like this. Sir. Next, it is first carbon. That first carbon will take. In the first carbon, H is flanking left side. Flanking left side means that we will write top. Right side means down we will write. Second carbon, left is top, right is down. Right is down we will write. Third carbon, left is top, right is down. Fourth carbon, left is top, right is down. Fifth carbon, if you see, in the fifth carbon, what is that means? One is H, another one is CH2H. Write CH2H at top and H is at down. This structure is called this structure is proposed by Haworth. Therefore, it is Haworth structure we can say. Now, this and this both are equal. Both are equivalent. So, like this we said, this is similar to what in the sense pyron. Therefore, it is called a pyronose structure. This is called what in the sense pyronose structure we can say. Pyronose structure. Therefore, the name of alpha D glucose. This is called what in the sense alpha D plus glucopyranose. Glucopyranose. It is the name. Glucopyranose. Alpha in the sense anomeric carbon is having OH group on right side. D in the sense next to CH2H, this chiral carbon. In this chiral carbon, OH group on right side. This plus in the sense it is dextrorotatory. Dextrorotatory means this compound is rotating plane of polarized light towards clockwise direction. This gluco in the sense it is glucose. Pyranose in the sense this is just like pyranose structure. Therefore, now we will say for this we will say. For this we will say it is also 6-membered ring. So we will give 6-membered ring. We will give in this 6-membered ring. This 6-membered ring means it is cyclic ether. It is cyclic ether. Now first carbon OH group on left side. So left side we will write at top. Second carbon H left side at top. Third carbon OH left side at top. Fourth carbon H left side. So therefore H is on top. Fifth carbon is having one H group and CH2H group. Write CH2H always at top. Okay, this is called beta D plus glucopyranose. This is called what means beta D plus glucopyranose. Therefore, for this and this, for alpha D plus and beta D plus, what is the difference means only one difference, anomeric carbon OH group on right side for alpha, anomeric carbon OH group left side on beta. This is only difference, rest and all remain same. Sorry, okay. So now we have discussed cyclic structure of these we have discussed. Okay, cyclic structure of alpha D plus glucose and beta D plus glucose. We got alpha D plus glucopyranose, beta D plus glucopyranose are what in the sense they are anomers. They are called what in the sense anomers. Here, what is the anomeric carbon in the sense C1 carbon is the anomeric carbon. C1 carbon is the anomeric carbon, we can say. So, next. Next we will see for fructose we will give cyclic structures we will give for fructose. For fructose we are giving cyclic structures. Cyclic structure for fructose we will give. Sir. Now in the fructose second carbon is keto carbon. In the fructose second carbon is keto carbon. That second carbon will take and first carbon is CH2H. Third carbon is OHH. Third carbon is OHH and fourth carbon is HOH, fifth carbon is HOH, fifth carbon is HOH, sixth carbon is CH2OH. Sir, here we will take this one for a cyclic structure. This oxygen is attacking this ketone either from top or from down. Then this bond is migrating to this oxygen. This H plus is going to this oxygen because this bond is shifting. Okay, so we will get two types of cyclic structures. We will get first one will see this O becomes OH. That O becomes OH. Okay, this CH2H will write. Then this is the third carbon OHH. Then fourth carbon HOH. Then fifth carbon if you see cyclic ether. Then sixth carbon is CH2H. Next, another possibility we will see in this carbon, this OH flanking on left side will take. OH flanking on left side like this will take. Now third carbon OHH. It is fourth carbon. Then fifth carbon. Then sixth carbon CH2H. Okay, like this we have given. Then here OH group on right side, therefore it is alpha form. Here OH group on left side, therefore it is beta form. Now we will give equivalent structure. We will give in this cyclic form. How many are there? We will see. First it is one carbon, it is second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth is oxygen. Therefore 5-membered ring. So we can give 5-membered ring. We can give like this. 5-membered ring we have given. Set. Now it is second carbon. At second carbon left side CH2OH is there, that you write at top. Right side OH is there, that you write at down. Third carbon OH group left side top. Fourth carbon hydrogen left side top. Fifth carbon is containing H and CH2OH. Write always CH2OH at top. Write always CH2OH at top. Okay, this is called what in the sense alpha D minus fructofuranose alpha, because anomeric carbon is having OH group right side. D dextro, this CH2H group, this is CH2H next to this chiral carbon. In the chiral carbon OH group is orienting on right side, therefore D. Minus means LEVO group. This compound is rotating plane polarized light towards anti-clockwise. Fructo, because it is fructose. It is fructose. It is pyranose because